Hi there, thanks for clicking on this video. David with Beyond the Blast Doors doing a comic book haul/auction video. Got this pile of books here from Aim High Comics. Great guy in the comic book community here on YouTube. And he also has a really cool Jeopardy game he created. It's with comic book history. It's super cool. I got a stack of books here, about 10 books. I'm going to go right through them. If you haven't seen a haul video with me before, I show the book up here, and then I go down here to the second shot so you get a better look at the art. While I'm talking about the book, I'll also give you a little bit of a description while you're soaking in the beautiful imagery. So hopefully it's not, I don't think it's very whiplashy. I think it helps everybody out. It helps me out. I know that for sure. Hopefully it gives you a good experience. I'm rambling. First issue, right here. Aim High, thank you so much. Marvel 2-in-1 number 6, The Thing and Doctor Strange. Great book. Love these covers. Great condition, all these books I'm going to show you. But what I love about these were I just had no guilt going through and thumbing through them and reading the story. Doctor Strange guest stars in this, and Steve Gerber is the guy who writes it. George Tuska and Mike Esposito does the ink on this. This monster is in downtown New York, and the Thing and Doctor Strange have to team up to stop it. A pretty cool book. I just love the colors, and I got into Doctor Strange with the movie coming out, the MCU movie, and so going back and kind of seeing this like older comic and this older interpretation of Doctor Strange to me was like super cool. And then learning more about the Thing, because the Thing is not a character that is in my arsenal of characters that I have knowledge about. So Marvel 2-in-1 number 6, and then this is number 7 right here. And what you'll notice, and this is what I noticed when I was looking at these books for the first time, is just the colors of how they pop. I really enjoy that. You know, in the first book, you're seeing how the spells of Doctor Strange was captured. Here, you're looking at the Thing and Valkyrie, and this is pretty cool because basically what's happening is they got to figure out how to take on the Enchantress and the Executioner. And so it's like, how is the Thing going to go up against two Norse gods? Well, he's going to enlist the help from Valkyrie. Pretty cool book. Love this cover. It's a lot of fun. And again, Sal Buscema, Mike Esposito does the pencils and the ink on this. So this is number 7. And then this is number 11 here. This is the Thing and Gollum. Pretty cool. Roy Thomas writes it, or it's his plot. It's like he came up with the story, but I guess Bill Mantlo is the one who technically wrote it. Bob Brown, Jack Abel take care of the ink and the pencils, and yeah, Thing has to go up against Gollum. Pretty cool. I think it's interesting too. This cover price, 25 cents. If you get this book now in near mint, it's like $7, which is pretty cool. I know it's a popular run amongst a lot of fans. This next book, I think is somewhat timely. It seems like there's a big Moon Knight kick right now, and so I've got Marvel 2-in-1 number 52, The Thing and Moon Knight. And this book is so loaded with characters. This is this great imagination scene. It's like a dream sequence in a way. It shows you a lot of characters, but like in this book, you get Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Girl, Human Torch, Yellow Jacket, Wasp, Iron Man, Thor, Beast, Captain America. There we go. That's all of them. And most of the Avengers pop up in this like imagination scene that I was mentioning. It's really cool. Of course, you also get Moon Knight. Steve Grant does the story. Jim Craig and Pablo Marcos take care of the art. And it's a really cool thing where like Moon Knight and the Thing had to team up and take down Crossfire. Pretty cool. So yeah, Marvel 2-in-1, number 52. And then here I've got number 54 here, The Thing and Deathlok. And this is pretty cool. I'm saying this about all the books, and it's no, I'm not trying to like overhype these books. I thoroughly enjoy each one of them, and I learned this is part of the Pegasus project. It's part 2 of 6, and this guest stars Deathlok and Quasar. Thundra also makes a cameo, so we got to learn about these characters too. Story by Mark Grunwald and Ralph Macchio. John Byrne, Joe Sinnott is involved with this as well. And it's interesting where you get the combined might. You get Thing, you get Quasar, and they had to take down Deathlok, which is really cool. There's a betrayal that happens in this book. I will not give that away, but it's if you're interested in how I describe this book, then I'm going to encourage you to check this out. Okay, so this is number 54. Next book I have is Vertigo Gallery. This is Dreams and Nightmares. Back in 1995, this book came out. And what it does is it features pinup art representing Vertigo titles. So at the time in 1995, it was titles past, present, and future. So, like, I guess future titles would have been like in 96, maybe 97. But there's so many contributing artists in this book. Rick Barry, Jeff Darrow, Duncan Fregno, John Van Fleet, Dean Motter, John Muth. I'm trying to think of other ones. Alex Toth. I know Sherilyn Van Valkenburg is in this one. Charles Vess. Several more. This cover, though, by none of those. Dave McKean does this cover, and it is suggested for mature readers only. So, pretty cool book. Flip through there. Love the artwork. And honestly, I like the Dave McKean cover here. It's kind of simple compared to what you find inside the book. So if you see this out there on the shelves, I think if you get it near mint, it comes in like $8. Chances are, if you're finding that in the back issue box, it's not going to be that great. So you might be able to get it for cheaper. A number one here, a couple number ones here that I didn't have. This is a series I didn't even know about. It's called Hillbilly, number one, story, art, and cover done by Eric Powell. And basically this happens in the mountains. It's like a fantasy story about this character Rondell, or Rondell, and like he lives in like this wooded area, these wooded hills, and there's witches and magical creatures, and I'm really into it. I'm a sci-fi guy. I love Star Wars. Not really into the magic. When magic comes into Star Wars, I get really upset. Screaming Citadel is a Star Wars comic book series that I talk about extensively on the podcast that isn't a good combination of magic and Star Wars science fiction. But here, Hillbilly, it's pure magic, and I'm really into it. Love the artwork, and I can tell you that on the last comic book haul, the last hunt I did, I tried to find more of these issues. I could not, but I'm actively looking. Really enjoyed this Hillbilly number one. Next up, I have for you this DC number one, Batman 66. And what I love about this book is like it does a great job of taking like the campiness of that episodic series, that TV show, and then putting it to panel. And then I got immersed in this issue. I really enjoyed it. When it first came out, I was very hesitant to pick it up, so I didn't. The cover here is by Michael Allred, Jeff Parker, Jonathan Case does the art usually. Parker does the writing. This book features a couple of the rogues of Batman, but mainly the Riddler. But it's great. You get Batman, you get Robin, you get Riddler, you get Gotham Police, and they're the GCPD. And it's a lot of fun. And what it is for me also is this is a great motivator to get me back to watching the series. I've watched the first season. Plenty of episodes remain with that TV series from the 60s. So I'm going to check that back out. But a number one here that's in relatively really good condition. So Aim High, thank you for that. I'm also a really big Harley Quinn fan, staying with the Batman universe. You know, I was pretty much raised on the Batman animated series. So I was there to witness, Harley Quinn being created in that Timverse. And of course, we all know the story about her being brought over. But I got two variants here. And the first one here is Harley Quinn Rebirth number one. This is part 1 of 3 of The Dying Laugh. Amanda Connor is the writer on this, but she also does the cover art on this. Jimmy Palmiotti does the artwork on the Consistent. No, I had that wrong. He is also a writer. It is Chad Hardin who does the art. And, it's the first issue, and Harley is Harley, and I just love this cover. What I do like a lot in this is the flirtatious nature that's captured here with Harley. Also the psychoticness, but I love that finger that's kind of waving. Come here, Puddin'. I can hear her saying it. So that's the Amanda Connor cover. And then I've also got this AOD variant. This is pretty cool. This is done by Ashley Witter. And it's the same book that I just showed you, just a different variant cover of it. And it's a little bit more simple, but what I'm really obsessed about is, obviously I love the colors here. On this side of the comic, it's kind of plain, but over here, this Batman. He's either in the shadow or just like this like midnight blue, I'm calling it. But I really like how it kind of sets him further back looking onto Harley. I think that's pretty cool. So Harley Quinn, that's the AOD Collectibles exclusive color variant. So I'm on to my last book now. And, clearly I'm a Star Wars fan. I do a Star Wars podcast once a week. Love talking about the comic books. And this is a cover that I did not know I would ever get my hands on because it's so rare. So Aim High, thank you for this Alex Ross variant of Star Wars number 1, 2015. I'll show it to you down below. This is a 1 in 50 retailer incentive variant cover. Jason Aaron was writing at the time, obviously recently. He stopped on issue number 39 or 38, I should say, to allow Killen Gillian to get on that ride now. I believe actually it was 37 where Aaron gets off, because then Killen gets on there to do the 38, I believe, with Luke visiting Jeddah. But yeah, this is the start of the ride, 2015, and what a gorgeous cover. And you know, I look at this book, this cover, every character looks great on this cover, but I cannot look away from the lightsaber. If you look at it closely, it's drawn to where it kind of looks like it's a forward swipe, like it's a motion shot. I mean, it's a still image, right? But the way, especially if you look at the top of the blade, it looks like that blade is coming in a motion that's like directing towards you, and I'm just obsessed. This looks like a movie poster. I want to blow it up, hang it on my wall. Regardless of that, though, even if I don't get this picked off, blown up on the wall, I should say, I'm going to get this bad boy graded. I think I'm going to give it a pressing. I think right now it's a solid 9.6, but I might be able to get 9.8. There's just a little something at the bottom of this corner right here. You're not going to be able to see it on either one of the shots, but it's so minuscule. Get it nice pressing, get it graded, and have it hang on my wall forever. That is so great. And, you know, Alex Ross, I learned more and more about his contributions to comic books. But as a Star Wars fan, looking at this one, I'd say this right here and the J. Scott Campbell variant of Star Wars #1 have to be the two most popular. And I'm just really a big fan and very appreciative of this. And, man, one more time, looking at that blade and then Obi-Wan holding his lightsaber, it's just awesome. It is just fantastic. So that's going to do it for this comic book auction, haul, grab, whatever you want to call it. If you haven't already, tell me down in the comments below what you think of the books that I showed you. So if you liked them or didn't like them, tell me why either way. Maybe you have some ideas for some books that I should check out. Be sure to tell me that as well. While you're down there, be sure you give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this video with friends. Whether they like Star Wars or they just like comic books, share this video with them. I'm great with company. I'll see you soon.